Greetings and welcome to part 3 of our percussion series. We're going to be using Breeze Easy, and we're actually going to be looking at lessons 7 and 8 in the Breeze Easy books. If you're looking for the bell parts for the band karate stuff, that's going to be later on in this playlist. So you can find it. It should be pretty obvious. But first, let's take a look at lessons 7 and 8 in your book. This is going to be in the green belt. Okay, so 7 and 8 are green belt for your band karate along with some bell stuff. So lesson 7 on page 13 in your Breeze Easy book. In the very top you have a picture of an eighth note. Until now you've had groups of eighth notes in 2, right? You had 2 and they were barred together. Now if you only have one eighth note, it's got a little droopy flag on it. So that's half a beat of sound. Okay. You've also got a picture of an eighth rest, that little funky 7 kind of thing. That is half a beat of silence. Okay. If a composer uses it, make sure you get that silence in there. Also in that thing, it talks about bass drum parts. So we'll take a look at what that means a little later in here. Okay, so reading rudiment practice, you notice there it says single stroke roll, long roll, and 5-stroke roll. So we've already gone through these. Single stroke roll is alternating your hands. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left. By this point you should be going... nice and smooth. The long roll was 2 on each, right? Left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. And then the 5-stroke roll, that's that left, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, left, right. Okay, so those are great rudiments to keep working on and getting them as fast as you can. Look at number 1 in your book here under reading practice, and you've got eighth notes followed by eighth rest. What you're going to discover is the first half of the song is eighth rest, or eighth note followed by eighth rest. The second half is a quarter note. It's going to sound the same. And 2, and 1, and 2, and or 1, 2. If you're playing a wind instrument, one that has a duration of pitch, for instance, a trumpet player, they can play a note, ba, or they can go ba. Okay, they have a length of notes. That's a lot more. It pertains a lot more to them. So for an eighth note, they're going to play it short. For a quarter note, they're going to play it longer to take up the whole beat. For you, you've got this. Here's your long note. Here's your short note. It's all the same. Okay, so the number 1 is showing you that an eighth note followed by an eighth rest is going to sound the same as a quarter note. Here we go. Number 1. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Often when you're counting playing music on drums, it's just very helpful to be counting out those ands, those eighth notes, even when you're not playing an eighth note. So that's why I give a little sometimes. Okay? Number 2. Says usually eighth notes are hooked together like this. So sometimes they'll hook the eighth notes over the rest. It makes it look a little neater. Okay, so here's number 2. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and rest. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and rest. Number 3, it says study these different variations in writing drum music. So notice that number 3, you have an A, a B, a C, and a D. It's all the same. A is going to sound like B, it's going to sound like C, it's going to sound like D. It's just 4 different ways of writing the exact same drum music. Okay, so just be familiar with the different notations you might see. Here's number 3. Ready, go. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. B, 1 and 2, and 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 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. D, 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and 1, 2. All the same. Number 4, 2-liner. C for common time, 4 beats in a measure, and repeated. Number 4, ready, go. 1 and rest. 4 and let me start that again. Ready, go. 1 and rest. 3 and rest. 1 and 2 and 3 and rest. 1 and rest. 3 and rest. 1 and 2 and 3. Next line. 1 and rest. 3 and rest. 1 and 2 and 3 and rest. 1 and rest, 3 and rest. 1 and 2 and 3 and repeat. Go! 1 and rest, 3 and rest. 1 and 2 and 3 and rest. 1 and rest, 3 and rest. 1 and 2 and 3. Next line. 1 and rest, 3 and rest. 1 and 2 and 3 and rest. 1 and rest, 3 and rest. 1 and 2 and 3 and rest. Number 5, in 3, we've got those measure repeats again, right? Those little percent sign looking things, or they look almost like a Z, means repeat the measure before, and the whole song is repeated. 1, ready, go, rest. 2, 3, rest. 2, 3, rest. 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3, rest. 2 and 3 and rest. 2 and 3 and rest. 2 and 3, 1, rest, repeat. Rest, 2, 3, rest. 2, 3, rest. 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3, rest. 2 and 3 and rest. 2 and 3 and rest. 2 and 3, 1, rest, rest. Number 6 is going to take a little explaining. This is our first street beat. The new concept, notice there's two things of music going on. And then the flag there, it says BD. This stands for bass drum. So if you were playing in your band room and you had a bass drum, boom, 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 you could have one person play the top part on their pad or their snare drum, and then the person who's playing the bass drum would play the bottom part. So it would be boom, rest, boom, 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 boom. Okay? So all together, I guess I could try kind of doing a little boom with this in my mouth and then a hit with my stick. So this will be my snare drum. Boom will be my bass drum. Ready, go. Boom, 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 rest, boom, 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 rest, boom, boom. I don't need you to do that, okay? For a young player, that's going to be really difficult. Try it if you want to. I mean, doesn't hurt, but just to kind of show you what that's going to sound like. Let's go on. Lesson 8 in your book on page 14. In your box at the top, you have a little P, then you have an F. So P stands for piano. In Italian, that means play soft. F is forte. It means play loud. You also have these first and second endings with a repeat sign. We'll tell you what those are when we get to them. And then you have that little 2 with a bar underneath, and then it says or 2 with another little bar underneath. One thing at a time. Look at number 1. Number 1 is two lines, and you notice that underneath it starts off F, loud. So it means you're going to play, excuse me, a little loud. Then it has a P underneath the next part, so you play softer. Please note, this is not loud. That is sloppy. Okay, you know, just nice, still using your wrist. Just a little more. Okay? Always use dynamics. Your volume controls your dynamics. Always use dynamics with taste and care for a good tone quality. Here you go, number 1. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Piano. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Next line. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3. Rest. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3. Number 2, in 2, 2, 4, with repeat, and again, starts off forte, goes to piano. Ready, go. 1 and 2, and 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 1, repeat. 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and 1. Okay? All right, number 3, we're going to be using those first and second endings. Okay, So basically what you're going to do is you're going to go beginning to the repeat sign, then go back to the beginning. Wait with me so far. Beginning to repeat sign, back to the beginning. Then the second time you play it, you're going to jump over the 1 and play 2. Okay, so let's play this and we'll figure it out. Okay, so it's going to go 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 1. Rest. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Now we're at the 1, so keep playing. 1 and 2 and 1. Rest. Repeat sign. Go back to the beginning. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 1. Rest. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Jump over the 1 and go to the 2. 1, 2, 1. Then it's done. Okay, let's play the whole thing without me talking. Number 3. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 1. Rest. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 1. Rest. Repeat. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 1. Rest. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Jump to 2. 1, 2, 1. Rest. Number 4 is in 3, 3/4 time, and this is where you have that what we call a multi-measure rest. Okay, so look, the second measure from the end of the first line, you have a 2. You've got the little bar underneath there. What that means is you're going to count whatever the number is, many measures of rest. So since every measure has 3 beats, it means you're going to count to 3 2 times. If there was a 4 over it, it means you would count to 3 4 times. But it's a 2. Look on the second line, third measure from the end. You have a littler version of that. That's another way of notating that. Okay, let's try this. Number 4. 1, ready, go. 1 and 2, 3. 1 and 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Rest. 1 and 2, 3. 1 and 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Now you notice I went 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. I didn't go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The reason for that is I like to change the first number to reflect the number of rests that I'm on. So for instance, if it's a 4 multi-measure, if there's a 4 as the top number, I would go 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. It helps me keep my place. Eventually, you may find that you have 20. And if you're going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, you're going to forget where you are. Okay, so changing that first number is very helpful and important. One other thing to note, if you were in 4/4 time and you had that 2, that means you would count to 4 2 times. Okay, it's every measure. Okay, if it was 2/4 time, then you would count to 2 2 times. Okay, so you count to 2 2 times. All right, so that's how it changes, and we'll get into more of that as we continue on. All right, so that is the end of lesson 8 for this series. The next video is going to focus on lessons 9 through 12 in your Breathe Easy book, and keep on going.